I suck at being a YouTuber. I am not following the rules. I am not doing the things that people do to make YouTube progress because I'm doing it for a different reason. And that's what this video is about. So if you're not a YouTuber, that's okay. This still applies to you, whether you're my age, younger, there's something in this for you. Because what I want to share with you today is why I do YouTube, and that is applied to other things in life. So I'm 60 years old, and at this age, you know, things change, our motives change. My motives in the past were all about parenting, getting my babies off to a good start in adulthood and making sure they had everything and making sure their dreams were on task and they were set up to achieve them. That's what parenting is about. But at this stage in my life, at 60 years old, I just turned 60 in September, and at this stage, it's different. It's about what's internal inside of you. So I suck at being a YouTuber. I don't do any of it right. I'm all over the place. I have a channel for making backgrounds, like birthday backgrounds. I have another channel for making like cozy backgrounds, like with the candles and the ambience and everything. I have a decorating channel, and I have this channel where I spread wisdom. Hopefully over 60 years, I've gained some wisdom that's valuable and that people would like to learn from. So I'm all over the place, feel like a ping pong ball sometimes, but I'm doing too much in the eyes of success. So to be successful on this platform, what I'm doing is a no-no. Like, you're not supposed to do anything that I'm doing. So don't do it if you want to succeed on YouTube. But the progress I'm making is inside of me. It's internal. It's what brought me here in the first place. When I decorate, I go to another place in my head and in my soul and in my spirit and in my stomach. When I create things, that same thing happens for me. So for me to deny all that, to fit into what I should do, I just can't do it. Not at this age. Maybe when I was younger and, you know, you're reaching for the stars, that kind of thing. Yes, maybe I could have done it, and I wish I would have had this platform when I was younger. But at this time in my life, at this time in our lives as we're aging, it is more about living life, becoming fulfilled, being at peace, sharing our wisdom. If we're not sharing, then what was the purpose of all of the things that we went through? You know, we're supposed to teach the younger, right? Our wisdom, our elderly wisdom. So that's why I'm here. I'm here for something more internal. Like this channel, I want to share. I want to share what I've learned in life. And I do that because I love it, not because of numbers, not because of money. But I'm not going to lie. I love those numbers on my other channels. I have seen some pretty good numbers here and there. Definitely not where I should be, where I should be as a YouTuber with this many years behind me. I've watched many beginners soar right past me, and I'm okay with that. And I wish them well, and I want them to succeed because I'm in a different place. And I want that for you. So you don't want to be a YouTuber? That's okay. What do you want to do? What is it that, you know, is inside of you that is so important to you, that you wish you could have done when you were younger, that has always been there? Or maybe it's just new and it's nagging at you. What is it for you? This is a time to do it, and to do it because you love it. Not everything is about achievement. Other than achievement within, internally, that's where I have found the most fulfillment in life. We all need money. We all need to chase money sometimes in our lives. And I do too, you know. But I heard a YouTuber say once, I can't remember who it was, so I give them credit, but I heard a YouTuber say once that, you know, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing if you do it anyway, if you weren't getting paid for it. That's where I'm at. I would be doing it anyway. I love the idea of a legacy, leaving a legacy for my kids. When I'm gone, they could turn on the screen and they can see who I was inside, who I was other than being a mother. You know, that's the most important role I've ever played, and that's what gives me the ultimate fulfillment in life. But there's still that personal thing inside of me that's been there since I was younger, since before I was a mother. And I think we all have that. There's something in there in our spirit, in our personal, quest in life that we've always lit up for, and it sometimes changes over time and evolves. But regardless, there's something there. And that's what I would strive for. That's what I want now, We were so busy in the past doing for others that we had to put that aside. So this is a time not to sit back and go, oh, time's run out. This is a time to do whatever it is. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe you're always wanted to play the drums. I know somebody who's like that. And so maybe you need to go buy those flipping drums and put them in your house, even though they're noisy and annoying because you don't have a baby sleeping anymore. So, or a violin or whatever, or sing. Maybe you want to sing and you want to put it on TikTok or YouTube and share it with the world. Maybe you want to knit little booties and pass them out for free to people. Whatever your love is what's going to give you the most joy, not the numbers. Reaching for the numbers is exhausting. And I have times where I have hills and valleys where I have done that. But now I'm learning to go back to the beginning, to what brought me here in the first place, which was my passion. I remember when I first found YouTube, my son was streaming. He was playing video games, so annoying, like 16-ish. And I went into his room and he was talking to people and streaming. And then I asked him about it. He explained the whole thing to me. I'd never even been on YouTube. I'd never even seen a YouTube video. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And as he's explaining, my head's ticking. I'm thinking, really? People can do that? You can just have your own channel and just put whatever you want on there? And that's how it all started. And then my head's clicking. I'm thinking, decorating. Oh my God, I could share that with somebody instead of annoying my family all the time. Come look at this, come look what I did, or doing all that work like Christmas time, 2 weeks of work. And no one sees it except for, 10 people in my family. And that's how it all started. And I thought, boy, I'm going to learn this. And I was entirely illiterate in all technology. But I spent 6 months, I'm telling you, day and night studying this stuff on the platform. And it has progressed over the past 4 years. Several hours per day learning it. But somehow along the way, I got a little distracted because as I'm learning it, I'm learning all the things that they're telling me I should do. So I know all those things. I know I'm supposed to post at a certain time. I know that having a script helps. I don't write scripts. I can't. I think I have ADHD. I must have ADHD because of, I'm all over the place, decorating backgrounds, Wisdom Channel. I wrote a book. I made notebooks. I am like going berserk, and now I want to make a Christmas book. I've been like a coffee table book. So I was talking to my daughter about that. But it just never stops. When you find what it is that fulfills you, that brings you joy, that lights you up, like your spirit is lit up, like you couldn't stop if you didn't, you couldn't stop if you wanted to. You couldn't stop. That's where I'm at. I'm doing what I love, and I want that for you. That's why I'm sharing this video with you, because I want to inspire you to pick up the drums, to pick up the needle things, whatever they are, to sing, to do whatever it is you've always wanted to do, and not for the money, but because inside it will fulfill you so deeply. And time has not run out for you if you are in my age group. We have time, and there is this little panic, I think, where it's like, you know, oh, I want to do all these things that I wasn't able to do when I was actively parenting and doing all the things that I had to do for everyone else. And there is a little bit of that going on, but it isn't for the money. It's for getting it out. I have all these things, all these ideas, you know, combine that with the ADHD, combine that with, you know, the journey that I'm on, and it's chaos in the head. But it doesn't have to be that chaotic for you. It's a peaceful thing. It really is, to know that I'm doing what I love, and to know the reason I'm doing it, my purpose, my motive is different than when I was younger. So if you're younger, you know, you still have to do all those things. You have to reach for the stars, the career, the money. You know, you can't just sit back and paint pictures all day because you can't pay your light bill. I understand that. So you're on a different journey than at this age, and that's okay. But if you could combine some of this internal, this should be a word, I don't know if it is, internality, something like that, into what you're doing, you could have so much more fulfillment. I look back at my life journey and I think, God, if I would have learned this 30 years ago, 40 years ago, could you imagine the fulfillment in life I'd have? But that's what the point is. Here we are at this age, and we're supposed to teach the younger, right? And so that's the important gift of sharing. And that's why I want to be on here. So I want to share too. And I found something so beautiful. And it's not YouTube. It's freedom. It's peace. It's whatever that is inside of me. I found a way to express that. And for you, it might not be YouTube, but it's going to be another way to express whatever it is that you love, whatever it is that brings you contentment, peace, and joy. So I wish that for you. I want that for you. I'm on here because I want to share things like that, like something that I found that I think others could find useful. If you're younger and you're watching this, I'm so glad you're watching this. You are very smart, because I'll tell you, if I could go back in time, the one thing I would do, and I would do it very often, is I would listen more to the people who were older than me, because they've walked this journey to where they're at. So they have a lot to say about how they do it differently. When you get our age, regret's a big one. It's a hard one. It's a hard pill to swallow. It really is. So if we could go back and do things differently, wouldn't you want to kind of hear that? What is it people want to do differently? If I did that, could you imagine? If I learned that young instead of waiting till I'm 60, could you imagine the life fulfillment that I could have, rather than just going through the motions and learning it later? And less regret too. So if you're younger, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And if you got anything from this video, that would mean so much to me. But either way, I hope you're all out there fulfilling your dreams, living your passions, and it being okay if you're not the best, because it's the best for you, right? I'm not the best YouTuber. In fact, I suck. I'm terrible. I know I already said that, but I'm the best at being me right now. And that's really good, because it's never happened before in my life. And it's the first time. And I want you to learn from that, because life is hard. We waste a lot of time trying to learn lessons. So the younger, listen up. Alrighty, we'll see you next time.